Greetings, straight up to the most. How you done? It's about Mystelics, and we are back again for another one, brothers and sisters. Another reaction, the one and only reaction I'll be dropping on this YouTube platform for today. So welcome to every single one of you guys who dropped into the vibrations, brothers and sisters. Hand clap going out to every single one of you guys. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. And don't forget to do what, brothers and sisters. Click the like button, click the thumbs up button. Click it, brothers and sisters. Of course, it's very easy and not too difficult for you guys to do. Hopefully, thousands of you guys tend to watch. I would expect 1,000 likes or something. But you guys, I don't know, you guys, well, some of you guys watch from your television and stuff, but you can definitely click thumbs up on your television as well, so definitely do so in that regard right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, don't forget to also subscribe and turn on that post notification. I was supposed to do a different reaction, but of course more information is coming up about the truckers them, so I have to do more vibrations on that, and of course bring it home to every single one of you guys. That's one of the things that I like to do, bring things home, you know. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations for this here Friday edition right there. Before I talk about the truckers vibrations, there was somebody who pointed out something rather interesting to me when I made this a reaction. Check it out.
You're talking about
everything going up, brothers and sisters.
Mystelics. It's not the first time SKERRIT have done this thing where American firms trying to pay Dominicans big money and he stopped it. He did it when Pirates of the Caribbean were filming in Dominica. They were trying to pay Dominicans in US dollars. And the Prime Minister said no, the government will take over the payments.
Guys, I really found this very interesting. As he mentioned, Pirates of the Caribbean, when they came to Dominica, it's not only them though, but when Red Cross came down to Dominica to try to help as a result of the hurricane situation that took place, Red Cross also wanted to pay people in US dollars and they were told not to do so. Now, that's somebody I made a comment that was an interesting comment some time back, stating that they don't pay people in the currency that is not of the country. Now, although I can agree with that statement, but I worked for particular companies before and they actually paid me in US, the EC equivalent of the US. So in other words, I was making US dollars in Dominica and they just paid me the equivalent of the US dollar in EC. So it is not to say it's impossible. It is very much possible. But we have a number of companies that actually came to Dominica. And you would think that the Prime Minister would be like, you know what, that's a good thing to have. Red Cross came, they can pay people in US dollars, they can do so to actually help the people. They say, no, I don't understand why, because more money is actually coming into Dominica. For some reason or the other, they keep preventing Dominicans from earning the US dollars itself. I don't understand that. Yet still, when you deal with other countries, you have to deal with not in the EC current currency, no, brothers and sisters. You have to deal with other countries in the US dollar. When you see the people from overseas coming, you think it's in EC dollars they paying them? No. They are literally paying them in US dollars. So how on earth we could have the possibility where the citizens in Dominica could be paid US dollars and then convert that to a little more to actually help them do things? In fact, when the Red Cross came and they was actually paying people way beyond that of which the normal folk would have gotten, people were building their houses. So can you imagine if we're actually making the US dollar and then converting it, how much more we could do, and then that money then circulates in the economy, brothers and sisters, thus helping the little man, both the macro and the micro economy to benefit from this. Because then you have people who are actually putting out ideas to do things to help the micro environment. And in helping the micro environment, you help the macro environment to get some more funds. Especially when SKERRIT come and say, oh, people need to pay their bills and all those kind of things there and pay their taxes and what have you, brothers and sisters, saying how much $1 million is owed in taxes when they themselves are owing the very people that they want to pay taxes to, brothers and sisters, thinking that the overseas people coming into Dominica and actually help the people. They are saying no to the currency. Imagine that. So there was Clear Harbor. There was the Pirates of the Caribbean people. There was the Red Cross people that came in. And to say I understand, okay, you say you don't want Clear Harbor to get involved because Clear Harbor is going to situate themselves and you don't want the people to lose their monies and or to not lose their monies, but you don't want them to switch from government facilities to go to things. But that shows where you lie. That shows you are bent on keeping the people down and the people keep voting for that. That is something I have to point out right there. And it coincides with exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this year reaction vibrations, brothers and sisters. Of course, SKERRIT had this meeting that he had about 2 nights ago on some station, wherever it was, brothers and sisters. I myself, I don't tend to watch SKERRIT stuff because, well, I tend to get this stuff from social media. When I get this stuff from social media, I then go into actually looking and see what is actually happening so I can get the context of it. But usually I know it's a set of nonsense and things that have nothing to do with reality and continuously screwing up Dominica that SKERRIT is definitely measured in. But of course, a number of persons gave some insight in that regard right there as to what he must have most likely stated right there, stating that he said that SKERRIT said he instructed Hayden to increase the trucking rate. All right. Well, first of all, you're asking Hayden to increase the trucking rate? The foreigner, you're asking to increase the trucking rate when that should have gone to the people to do? Okay. Anyways, so the people is the person who made this statement. You believe Anthony Hayden going to agree with that? You think he's going to agree with that? Anthony Hayden making his billions of dollars or millions of dollars, whichever it is. You think because SKERRIT said to do this, he can do that? With the understanding of the same CBI program, brothers and sisters, we are hearing that Anthony Hayden does what he pleases. Even if they are stating that they want to sell passport at a certain amount. But that is truly something else. Hey, anyways, brothers and sisters, let's move on in that regard right there. You're right. That is what somebody is saying. The truckers' truck are old. Interesting. Now, you might say that is a viable. Makes sense, brothers and sisters. People using a truck, there's not much economic activities going on. Whoever using their trucks have been using their trucks over and over and over, and that can pose a problem, especially when it comes down to utilizing the very trucks who are getting old, to utilize them on the airport and they break down, you know? So it'll make sense why they SKERRIT them brought in trucks and those kind of things there. It'll make sense, true? No! It doesn't make sense, brothers and sisters, because the same sentiment that you're using to bring and pay for the trucks to come in is the very thing that the locals could have done. And I actually did a podcast not too long ago, brothers and sisters, that broke this down right there. This is one of the reasons why I tend to do this podcast, especially when situations like this keep recurring. I can then bring it back forward for you guys right there. Of course, I had a podcast with none other than Mr. Loic Honoré from Trucking Services, I believe it is. And of course, we had a nice sit down. We had a good discussion in that regard. Hopefully, I can post this. If you guys want the full podcast itself, I'll also post that in the description below. But I want you guys to listen to exactly what I'm talking about right there. Why this sentiment, where we indicated that paying people in US dollars would have actually helped the economy, that sentiment would have also helped the very truckers themselves, even if you don't want to pay them in US dollars. But just take a listen to what he's saying right there.
Yeah, I would have loved to be employed in the airport.
So you're not sure, the question, you're not sure who is on it, or you're not sure if there are any Dominicans? I think there might be.
There are Dominican drivers there.
Yeah.
But I'm not a driver. I'm an I invest. I am a company owner. I own a company. I cannot go and drive for them.
Yeah.
I expect an equipment or two to be utilized from me on the government side.
Yeah.
Probably I just have to shut up and wait. But how long do I wait?
But you say shut up and wait. The question here is, how can you shut up and wait when it has already begun? Remember, the government brought a set of trucks down to Dominica.
Right, meaning maybe the type of equipment I have there uses the use has yet to come. From the inception, when I saw the equipments coming, I don't have to know no facts. I don't have to know no deadly calculations. The government of Dominica is building an airport. And wherever they get fundings from, decide to subcontract a Chinese company.
Will we?
This Chinese company, saw it so fit and profit in it.
Listen.
Every single equipment they bought was brand new.
Brand new. The Chinese saw it so profitable for them. They didn't use their trucks, you know. They bought brand new trucks. Okay? Okay, wonderful. Continue listening, brothers and sisters.
So, this company bought brand new machines. What if, let's just say, what if you bring it down to your people, and whoever is funding it say, yo, give my people the opportunity, but now, truth be told, I have visited this site. I have passed there. I passed there.
Yeah.
I know there.
Yeah.
And you see the kind of movements that going on there, to be honest, I don't have trucks for that. My little trucks I have there, nobody come and give it 100 load of shovel of dirt. And I do tell them, stop.
Yeah.
So meaning, if I have to go on that site, I might hold them back.
Interesting. So with the sentiment, we're scared, or other people will say, based off what we're seeing there, Talking about the trucks might be old, or the trucks might be not be conducive to actually be rerunning the project right there. Okay? All right. Take a listen, brothers and sisters. Take a listen.
But had they given me that opportunity and with a nice contract, I can present to the bank. That bank will more than be willing to give me funds for free brand new trucks from the same China. And then it's not me alone. So you can get a contract, I can get a contract, Tom can get a contract, and each of us buy 4 trucks, 12 trucks.
Brand new trucks to do the work that needs to be done.
From the same company, a nice big contract at the end of the year, we touch a 3 million, we can more than pay it off. Of course the bank will give us the loan.
And then that money comes into the country.
But that, it's staying away.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, the money doesn't go outside there for Chinese to buy trucks from some other bank, nor get loan from some other bank to buy the trucks now. Keep in mind, if you put that to Dominica to do, if you give Dominica the contract based off what he's saying there, you give Dominicans the contract, the banks, you go to the banks. You tell them, hey, this is what we presented. We're going to get some monies for this. This is our project. We want to get 4 trucks. Buying brand new trucks, probably from the same companies themselves. That means you get the loan. It's interesting how money works. I was actually telling somebody about money is debt. You use debt to your advantage. You use money to save in bank. Because the bank will use your money as debt for other people as well. But it's interesting when you look at these brothers and sisters, where you are able to take a loan from the bank. You buy your truck overseas. Great. That money is left Dominica. And it is coming back to Dominica when the truckers then pay for it with interest. Now, if that is not the case, the Chinese people buy their trucks wherever the money that is supposed to be put forward to come back in circulation to Dominica, because Dominica have the truckers, that could have been helped in the banks, that could have helped the truckers get new trucks, and that monies could have circulated within Dominica, helping the banks and helping the citizens themselves. But if you have that money going overseas, you know what's going to happen? None of that money from the CBI program would have come to Dominica. It would have gone overseas. We're just getting the trucks here. Brothers and sisters, you understand what I'm saying? And then these trucks could have been used for other projects as well. Or the trucks that the truck drivers have could have been used for other projects, and they use the brand new ones only for the airport, thus hiring more people to do the projects. Unemployment rate will have gone down in Dominica, because it seems like what is happening in Dominica when it comes down to the situation, why the government, how I know this on a logical point of view, using money as debt in the bank that will benefit the bank and the truckers and these people that the truckers will be given employment. And then these monies will then circulate from the CBI program going down to the bank, to the truckers then to the employees, and the employees will then circulate that money. We need to buy bread. You want to buy a little extra thing, a little extra from the basic of living. You can do these things and buy little things, so you facilitating other businesses in the environment. But none of that money is here to even do such a thing. And we complaining as to why things are not happening in Dominica, really? When the leaders themselves are the ones responsible for this? Hi.
Yeah, the money stay in. Because remember, whoever source this Chinese, whoever funding it, they have the money.
Yeah.
The
money go outside there. It's
Larger shares doesn't buy them kind of big equipment that coming in brand new.
Yeah.
So why I cannot be given then? I've heard down the line we do not have the capacity. So how am I going to build capacity when you don't even trust in me?
And that's an interesting.
To give me the chance for me to build the capacity.
That's an interesting question, right there.
How are you giving truckers the ability to meet the capacity when they could have afforded the capacity if you gave the truckers the contracts to buy new truckers? Instead, you have a foreign company getting the CBI monies that's supposed to come to the Dominican people. They are getting it instead, and that money is not circulating. It is one thing when I also hear that Chinese are also building their own establishment. Can I remember when we was in not when we, but when I reacted to that video in Kalibishi, I think it is, where the Chinese doesn't rent other people. No, brothers and sisters, they're taking money from CBI for development or whatever, bringing it to Dominica. The Chinese have their own establishment set up, when they could have utilized the rent in some not or CBI money. If you have $6 billion and you're taking $1 billion to build a school, my goodness. Don't you think circulating that with the landlord owners, let the Chinese stay in the landlord owners, or make a deal with them? Okay, you full in your place. Okay, get a discount or something of that sort so that money can come to the Dominican people. Why on earth we have CBI monies outside there and going to foreigners instead? I mean, somebody explain that to me. And keep in mind, if the truckers got the money from the bank last week, that money will go back to the bank with interest. The bank will get more money. The truckers will get the work to be done, and they'll have the pride of at least being a part of the international airport process. I mean, brothers and sisters, this doesn't take. This is not magic, no. This is not rocket science, no. This is 1 and 1 is 2, but when you have one brothers and sisters and the one going somewhere else for another person to make 2 instead of it coming to the country, less money is circulating. That is by design, brothers and sisters. You cannot tell me that is not intentional what they've done. So you don't think SKERRIT them know if they brought the CBI monies to the Dominican people to circulate, and circulate in the economy, thus giving more opportunities for more businesses and entrepreneurs to elevate? You tell me SKERRIT them don't know that? Me?
My brother, I'm hearing you.
Big up Lofty for being on the road right there. Of course, this is one of the legends. I actually posted him yesterday, but he has another thing to say right there, brothers and sisters.
The top of your voice.
As a citizen, I'm in support of the truckers because when you say the word Chinese, look at those young men by their trucks trying to make a living and no work for them. I'm in support of the truckers. The word in the Bible, amen, I believe. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, you probably don't listen to what he say. Let me go back.
Because when you say...
Let's go back. Listen to carefully what he said right there.
I'm hearing you at the top of your voice.
As a citizen,
As a citizen. You know how people always saying, oh, that's my people, I support local and this kind of things there. When the government not supporting local, boy, the government in Dominica, SKERRIT them not supporting local, they giving the monies to foreigners instead. And then the foreigners have to come and then pay the Dominican dregs to drive trucks when the other one's making the big money, when that money could have gone to people like this individual right there who has employees and could hire more people to actually do the work. Really? And that money then circulates within Dominica. So you have the CBI money is actually facilitating the microeconomy of Dominica. Really?
in support of the truckers because when you say the word Chinese, look at those young men by the...
Look at those who? Those old men? The man just come out within the truckers themselves. He say, look at the old men. No, the young men trying their best, brothers and sisters, and some of them still have loan to pay on the very trucks that they bought. The biggest project, brothers and sisters, $1.3 to $1.6 billion project. And they're giving it to foreigners. Brothers and sisters, when I watch the estimates from 2022, they gave the railway company about $300 million to build the international airport. $300 million. We're on $1.6 billion. I don't know if it's the houses and this kind of things they add in that. But I know for a fact, based on what BrBpTV have, that airport can never cost 1.6, which is why a number of persons have indicated maybe that they're using this kind of projects to wash money, because they keep talking about borehole and all kind of things. You immediately don't do that, but you know, you build the international airport in that area. And the young men trying something and SKERRIT working against the young people. How on earth we have the very leader of the country being the enemy of the country? Brothers and sisters, the enemy? Brothers and sisters, I think there's a saying that goes, fear not the enemy outside now. We should have no fear for the enemy outside. You should fear the enemy within. And sometimes the enemy within is the very leaders themselves. When I look at certain African countries, the very enemies are the leaders themselves. And people seeing these things, this is not making up stuff now. We know that they're giving the foreigners the monies. We know. And the local Dominicans are not getting much. Brothers and sisters, this is why I say this is by design. What is happening in Dominica? And of course, SKERRIT has admitted that I'll never forget when he stood up in podium and people were clapping me, but something about all you boy. People clapping when SKERRIT say they are aligned with the global elites or one world order, whatever thing that they were saying, the new world order, whatever they were saying. That's what that man was saying they're aligned with, and remember the 2030 agenda where you'll have nothing and you'll own nothing. So tell me if this is not in by design, where they are literally causing people who they can actually give this stuff. They're not giving it to them, therefore creating a dependency state because the people do not have money for them to survive, to even feed their families. And in turn, they have to give up their daughters, and some give up their sons to be used and abused by these ministers. Nasty business. Let's go crazy. Not true from time to time. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let's continue right there.
Their trucks, trying to make a living and no work for them. I'm in support of the truckers. The word in the Bible, amen, I believe. Thank you.
So you saying amen to that? That
Yes.
lady saying amen as well. So we have a lot of amen.
One thing, there was a lot of supporters there. There was even some individuals that messaged me, Mystelics idea. They were telling me, Mystelics idea. In support of the truckers, brothers and sisters. That's nice. But what has happened as a result of it? I still have to get that information though. When I get it, brothers and sisters, I'll give you guys an update in that regard right there. Take a listen to this, brothers and sisters. After we saw all this situation and we saw the wickedness of the very Prime Minister, brothers and sisters, they decide to tear gas the people.
Look, evil people. Look, evil
brothers and sisters,
people. Our way, no boy.
so it seems like Sheba was also in the midst of this right there.
Somebody call somewhere for us now. Call America for us. Tell them our government have us under country arrest.
Well, the whole of the Caribbean know this right now, brothers and sisters. The whole of the Caribbean, Europe, the entire European Union, including France, knows what happened. Caribbean Magazine also spread it around. The United States also knows exactly what has happened in Dominica. So everybody knows what has happened, brothers and sisters. But like I indicated before yesterday, and I say this for a particular reason, it is not that they know and then come and do things in Dominica. No, brothers and sisters, the people in the country have to start doing something before they can help. You know what the great book says? God help those who help themselves. This is not in the Bible per se, but the sentiment of that is actually true. Every time there was miracles that had to happen, somebody had to do something. When God told Moses to strike the rock, well, he didn't tell him to strike the rock, but to do something to the rock, speak to the rock, and he was so vexed with the people, he struck it, brothers and sisters. He had to do something. When Moses and then the water and the rock made water, he had to do something. When Moses and the what do you call these people there? Them witchcraft people in Egyptian days. When Moses had to have his staff that turned into a serpent. These people also had their staff and turned into a serpent, which is very interesting. I was actually having a discussion on that with some people who living in Totola right now, but that was a really nice one. Anyways, brothers and sisters, there was always something that needed to be done. The same sentiment that it is. You cannot say you sit down in your chair saying, okay, let's call America to come and help. They wouldn't come and help you. There must be a humanitarian effort in that regard, brothers and sisters, when it comes to the people of Dominica for something to actually happen. So they know, they've seen. This is one of the reasons why they believe Dominicans have a low IQ. That's why I was one of the individuals that to definitely tell them, show them a number of persons and say, hey, no, Dominica don't have low IQ. It's just that their people have been beaten consistently. Beaten and brainwashed. Brothers and sisters, to believe that that is a life that they are supposed to live. I heard this man crying yesterday and that gave me goosebumps. You guys most likely saw that video when the guy was saying, last Papa Bougie for 20 years. A man has robbed you of your life. And then last you cannot see Papa Bougie. Hélas. Oh, brothers and sisters. Cool wash for tear gas. Fair trade. Apparently people were selling stones. When these people were selling things, some people are even sending back the tear gas. Now, let me tell you something about tear gas, brothers and sisters. When the canister is sent, it is letting go smoke. Not true, but it's also hot. The chemical interaction makes the canister hot. So if you want to throw it back, you have to actually have a cloth, hold it and send it back. But it'll go in your face and stuff, so you have to know. I don't know. But anyways, cool wash for tear gas. People were saying that is a fair trade. right there. But anyways, brothers and sisters, only a fool will celebrate independence when they are truly not. Dominica is not truly independent. Dominica might be independent of Britain, but within itself, brothers and sisters, is there true independence when Dominica has created a dependency state for the very citizens. When a man can write letter using the Bible in Job and telling you the Lord gave and he can take off away, telling you that after he present you a house for you to be living in, after he destroyed the economy, for you not to be able to do it for yourself. Interesting times, ain't it? Then we consider people marching and all. I for this celebration of the Creole season. Independence season is where we get a little sidetracked, brothers and sisters. There's always some sort of celebration. Yes, great. We show independence to Britain. But when it comes down to the true independence of the Dominican people, they're not independent. Like I indicated before, that's why a number of persons believe that Dominica have a very low IQ. There was even one time I went to a meeting with some of the higher up individuals. There were some Caribbean officials there as well. And we were talking and vibes and say, boy, some of them know me as Mystelics. Some of them actually my other name and thing. So we were talking and say, bro, Mystelics, boy, you are one of the people we can converse and think, but we think majority is, because imagine, brothers and sisters, some of them met me. They thought that, what was I doing here? That's what they were thinking, this Dominican. What is he doing here? Is he official? This kind of things there. They were asking, what am I doing here? Because they thought I was a fool. Until I opened my mouth and started speaking, brothers and sisters. And then some started confiding in me. Some pulled me on the side and say, hey, bro, what is happening in Dominica? What kind of thing? Brothers and sisters, the people outside, they know. Just like when they come and tell people about Dominica is resilient and SKERRIT want to put high prices on the Dominican people, talking about the Dominican people can handle it after he himself is increasing all sorts of fees and prices. Brothers and sisters, them man went after credit union, we. Them man go after credit union, we. Credit union was built to help the poor. That is the main purpose and sole purpose. This is why credit unions separated themselves from the banking system. They were there to help the poor. And them man go after the credit union. SKERRIT them go after the credit union. Boy. Boy, first time I see this craziness in my life, boy. First time. It's important to know, brothers and sisters, rather than being ignorant. And it seems like a lot of people are happy. They say ignorance is bliss, because a lot of people are happy. Yeah, I rather don't know. Chaos is falling before them. And because they believe in themselves, alas, I don't want to believe that. That's not true. It's not true. I don't want to believe it. You telling yourself you don't want to believe it, then you're not believing it, thinking it can change reality. Brothers and sisters, just because we think certain things doesn't mean it changes reality now. Just like women sometimes believe, boy, I am the best looking thing in the world and I put makeup on, I just kind of have a fake on my head and this is what I look like, even though it's not what you look like. And then you walk out in society and think that men are intimidated by you. Women have told me I'm intimidated by them. Boy, they have told me that way. I just don't want the drama with you. That's why I don't talk to you. They're making noise with people. They think I go to approach you. You crazy in your head, man. Hey, and sisters, delusion doesn't help us. Just like some men who think that they have jewelry on them and bling age and this kind of things there. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes women like to see shiny things, so it comes to them. I've seen it work. I've seen that magic work, brothers and sisters. When people are materialistically focused. Anyways, brothers and sisters, you get the point right there. Anyways, this person is saying only a fool will celebrate independence when they are truly not. That's like living by your mother house and saying you're a big man. Just like I mentioned some time back, brothers and sisters, about that particular individual who's been voting Labour all his life. And he sit down and talking to me because he started watching my videos and he met me and he said, bro, Mystelics, boy, my father always watching your videos and stuff, and I end up watching your videos too. I say, bro, after they tell me, boy, I voted Labour all my life, all those kind of things, then a man give me like something and whatnot. I say, bro, where have you been for the next 20 years? The man tell me the same position. Can you imagine being it? Just like the man spoke, oh, how can a man that you're voting for rob you of the life that you truly supposed to live under God. That man needs to be an outcast in society. Yet still coming on radio station to talk more macacoy than people. Very interesting, brothers and sisters. It's also very interesting when you look at Ralph, brothers and sisters. And at the point, let me fix this thing properly. Ralph Gonzalez, brothers and sisters. Ralph Gonzalez. They are doing something rather phenomenal in St. Vincent. Now, I'm sure you guys remember Ross University. Ross University. Now, keep in mind, brothers and sisters. Let's listen. Let's listen.
Mother, father, executive, and mama, all who are the leaders of the St. James Medical School.
St. James Medical School. They just opened a medical school. Brothers and sisters, I was working in Ross, and in our department was known as the St. James Simulation Center. They might have a St. James Medical School in St. Vincent. Just recently opened up. Remember when SKERRIT was talking about, we have 6 people are looking to do business and this kind of things there with the Ross University School? And apparently none of them came through because SKERRIT it's alleged. It's alleged that they're very scared. Them had to put their CBI monies forward for them to start their own school. And then bring in some of the people who were working from Ross before. Some of them got fired or some of them were let go and some of them did not job. So they said, hey, let's call these people back to help us start our own school. Known as the what? American Canadian Axum School of Medicine. St. James, they start their own school with foreign people, not CBI monies. No, they started with foreigners, foreign investors. That's going to do what? Create more competition for the very Axum school that don't even have more than 30 people in it.
Here in Goldenville. It's a magnificent facility. They just invested over $8 million EC dollars.
They invested $8 million EC dollars in their school. Bringing competition. We already have competition from St. James Academy. And St. James, what I say now? From St. George's University. It was St. George's University and Ross Medical University. Ross was a Dominican citizen. The SKERRIT them Prime Minister-led government, DLP, Dominica Labour Party, allowed Ross to go or caused Ross to leave when Ross realized the laissez-faire attitude that they had. This is why when the lady stood up in Barbados saying that they finally find a competent government. They fight 40 years you in Dominica. You finally find a competent government from the one who has been there for 20 years. And people not seeing what is happening. Brothers and sisters, them man destroying the economy. They destroying the economy. Brothers and sisters, we have more businesses that shut down in Dominica from since DLP took place to government than businesses that actually started. In fact, we have businesses that started under them and it closed down today.
And the numbers of students increasing. It's a wonderful story. Magnificent gift for independence.
For their independence, they're celebrating that.
55th anniversary.
Foreign, brothers and sisters. Not St. Vincent putting their money to start a school and then calling Canadian American or American Canadian. Not that, no, brothers and sisters. Foreigners coming into St. Vincent. St. Vincent?
For coming. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Let's look at some of the comments, brothers and sisters. I saw Felix made a comment right there. That man got hit with a volcano. Oh. Just like I mentioned, I think it was yesterday, the day before, brothers and sisters, when I mentioned that Bahamas got hit with one of the worst hurricanes in Caribbean history. Well, not Caribbean, but recent Caribbean history, brothers and sisters, because there were some they're dangerous hurricanes back in the day, stronger than those we have today. If you do some research, you'll find out. Try 1913 and 1908 and 1903 and 18, I can't remember, 1886, I think, or 1889. Try it, or going back in the days, man, and find out what kind of sukuya happening. Anyways, Bahamas was hit with a hurricane that was stronger than Maria. Stronger than Maria, the Maria that we faced that destroyed 95% of Dominica. It was stronger than Maria, brothers and sisters. And the hurricane not just passed over, it stopped. The hurricane ended up moving at 0 miles per hour. It was moving at 2, it go down to 1. Then the hurricane just stopped and just start rocking out Bahamas, brothers and sisters. In less than 8 months, they had a new school, new medical school there. A new medical school was in the Bahamas, brothers and sisters. St. Vincent and the Grenadines faced a volcanic eruption. It's as if God showing people different things and then, hey guys, what about Dominica? We seen what is happening in Dominica. It's the leader that is the problem. I listened to a Saudi Arabia man speaking about their leadership and the kind of things that they're doing. You can leave your money there and go because that is what they implement. You have a leader that actually pushes things forward for them. In Saudi Arabia or Dubai, I think it's Dubai. I can't remember. Whichever one, brothers and sisters. The UAE. Doing things and they elevating, brothers and sisters. Competing with the United States now. St. Vincent and Grenadines faced a volcano. I did a reaction on that. To the point where I actually did a reaction of a man that climbed the mountain. He climbed the mountain, brothers and sisters. I think he was arrested, but he climbed the mountain. What they can do? He have his freedom to do what he want. Is that he can do that? But anyways, look at the point. And they built a school. A few years later, about 2-3 years later, something of that sort. When I was probably last year, I can't remember when the volcano was, brothers and sisters, but recent. They might have a new university. Boy, the man got hit with a volcano that destroyed a big part of the country and people still prefer to go there and invest. Let that sink in, brothers and sisters. When SKERRIT is fighting the very truckers that he could have helped. He could have helped them. You could have put things in place for Ross University to stay there. St. George's University is the top of the crop in the Caribbean right now. The top of the crop. Oh boy. Gerald is saying, this individual is saying another particular thing based off the video that we just saw right there. Nothing! What have you all done in the past 25 years? I'll answer that. Absolutely, not absolutely, but absolutely nothing. What have they done? Brothers and sisters, what have your PRBs done in your community? That you can see has been an elevation for the very people. I'm not talking about building road. Building road doesn't elevate the people. Unless you're a farmer, they'll fix the feeder roads for you to elevate. Great. Building road doesn't elevate the people. Making a nice building. Putting what do you call it? Motion sensor lights in the hospital doesn't elevate the people. That's what they're clapping for, we. Talking about the AC can change the temperature and all this. They call the hospital in Portsmouth a smart hospital. Only how it kicks in that place there, we boy. The best is that you can get proper equipment to actually help the people solve certain illnesses and ailments and do operations, the kind of things that can actually help them. No. The light, brothers and sisters. And you have solar on top of the house and call it a smart hospital. You think it's the outside world you're fooling, or you're trying to fool the people? And calling them resilience. Resilient. Nothing, brothers and sisters, has been done to elevate the masses right there. We have lost more industries. I just said that right there. We have lost more industries than we have created. I shall put it in another way. Let us forget all politics and think objectively. That is the problem that people focus on their feelings. Oh, he ugly, have a big nose. Can you imagine? It's not a beauty contest that there. They're talking about dimples. Boy, if people get what they truly deserve, indeed, this individual is saying, he shall put it in another way. Let us forget all politics and think objectively. Well, politics is objective reality. Some people just ignore the politics that they're saying because they want to believe something because their feelings. Oh, my feelings. Forget your feelings, brothers and sisters. Look at what is happening in the place. Objective reality, brothers and sisters. Seriously about this. What have we added to the basket of Dominican productivity in the last 25 years that we did not already have? What? Dominica has lost so much money, especially for that geothermal, brothers and sisters, not even a candlelight. And if we're smart enough, brothers and sisters, we look into things like solar. Can you imagine spending $20 million on solar? Solar plants to put on clear areas to actually generate. Brothers and sisters, you don't think we would have already had some good amount of solar? Look at Barbuda. Barbuda prides itself on 60% its energy source is solar. Barbuda. Barbuda, 60%, brothers and sisters, of its energy comes from solar. Don't you think if Dominica spent about $20 million to have a little area, a little few acres, man, just have solar plants there, and you know where the sun hitting that nice, and you know, no trees in the area, just nice heat, man, and sun, man, you know, charging the batteries and stuff and giving the people, we would have something there that would have cut the cost of energy for a number of persons, making people get a fixed fare, $100 a month. Pay $100 a month, brothers and sisters, and use that, you know, the kilowattage or whatever. And then the supplement of that, whatever we have, supplement, so we can weed out the other stuff. If we have to put more, do turbines and all those kind of things, and not just putting them up, no, brothers and sisters, maintaining, just like they put up solar lights all over the place, brothers and sisters, and this dumb like people not maintaining these lights, they season. But them things season under rain and sunshine and what have you, brothers and sisters, and you ever see people climbing up this solar lights thing and checking them and lubricating them and this kind of thing? You ever see that? No, but if we had these things and people were checking them regularly, once a week or something of that sort, you know, to ensure that these things are okay, and if they're going down, you're able to have the parts and facilities to be able to maintain these things, so we have this standard. And then we have this standard, brothers and sisters, more money is able to come into the government hands for them to go into geothermal. No. We're doing things back to front, just like when they build the West Coast Road. They build it. Then the WAS come mash it up for them to put pipe on the side of the road, brothers and sisters. Imagine that. Objective reality doesn't, just because you feel certain things doesn't mean it can happen here, brothers and sisters. Objective reality. Reality will tell you what it is. That's one of the things that I have to learn in life, you know, brothers and sisters. Not my feelings, huh? Because sometimes when people see I talk in there, people think it's my feelings. Sometimes I have a completely different feeling to what I'm saying. But my feelings doesn't matter when objective reality tells you otherwise. We can all have our feelings, you know. We can all say, boy, Mr. treating me well when he beating you, burns you, giving you blows. And you say he treating you nice. You can feel that way, you know, but objective reality telling you something else. Brothers and sisters, remember the CBI program we was talking about? In Send Kids, people participate in getting some funds from the CBI program. The citizens themselves get about $500. The newcomers, the people from outside who are also paying taxes in Send Kids, paying taxes in Send Kids, get $250. I think they get it about twice a year, depending on how well the CBI program does. Brothers and sisters, Dominica didn't even participate in stimulus from CBI during the whole Rona situation. Nothing. What Dominica participated in? Getting monies from the World Bank, where they gave a number of persons who got businesses, who are working, they got a few dollars here and there. That's what Dominica got. Nothing to do with the CBI. Yet still, the very citizens are benefiting from that of which the country is producing. Send Kitts and Dominicans get to participate. Right now, Guyana has funded itself in oil. And indicated right there, brothers and sisters, one-off cash grant of $200,000 to every household in Guyana. If you don't have a household, well, you can get. But to every household in Guyana, brothers and sisters, putting $60 billion into Guyanese households across Guyana. Now, I'm not sure if that's in U.S. currency, but most likely it's the Guyanese currency that they're going to be putting this in. For the Guyanese people, $60 billion, one-off. That every household in Guyana participates in the $60 billion that Guyana has found itself in elevating and putting their people first. What has SKERRIT done to put the people first as a result of all the billions of dollars? Brothers and sisters, we have brothers, hey, I'll close on that, I'll close on that, brothers and sisters. Agriculture, I'll never forget that. They put in the budget $15 million in 2023. They put in the budget $15 million for agriculture. That is very low for agriculture. But they put it there, to help in agriculture. How much was used? Less than $3 million. Or 1.5, 1.9 or 2. Less than $3 million out of that 15 point something million dollars that was allocated in the budget for agriculture. You know where I saw that money go? I saw it go into the office of the Prime Minister. And people have no idea what that money go for. You allocated money for agriculture and you're not using it for agriculture. 1 point something million dollars. Really? Do with that what you will, brothers and sisters. It's about Mystelics. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come. It's Friday. Go outside your mother house or your father house or your own house. Go outside. Go outside and breathe something, brothers and sisters. If you're on my WhatsApp a bit later on, you will see why I be. Anyways, brothers and sisters, all I say right there. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Remember, guys, be real. Hopefully, I'll be dropping a video on Sunday. A number of persons say, Mystelics, react to the SKERRIT video that you wanted to do. I will try my best to do so, brothers and sisters. Tune in about 7 o'clock. Give or take around that time. And of course, I'll definitely bring that vibrations for you. It's about Mystelics once again, guys. Be real. Click the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you've not done so. Of course, you'll be notified when I drop more videos right there. And of course, like I indicated before, for the third time, be real. Salute the king. Be positive.